Welcome to the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Unfiltered laughs, honest conversations, and everything in between.
This is your backstage pass to the best moments from Ryder and Lisa.
On demand.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.
Just read a story about another flight that ended up having to get grounded. An Air India flight from Chicago to Delhi turned around after 8 hours.
8 hours?
No, sorry, turned around after 8 of its 12 toilets became clogged.
Oh, I heard about this.
5 hours into the trip. So there were a lot of numbers there. 8 of its 12 toilets became clogged 5 hours into the trip. So employees discovered that people were flushing plastic bags, rags, clothing down the toilets.
All in one flight?
Yeah.
8 toilets.
8 of the 12. So just think of how destroyed the remaining 4 were. Like...
Doesn't it scare you to know that there are metal machines flying through the air that have 12 toilets?
Good point.
Planes are scary.
This must have been a massive plane.
Yeah.
But ended up having to turn around because they're like, sorry, guys.
Somebody's walking around to each individual toilet and flushing something.
Clogging the toilets. I mean, when I first read this story, I was like, that many people clogged the toilets. There must have been a food issue.
I was going to say, yeah, but no, they're...
It was flushing things that shouldn't go down.
You know what it was? A parent that fell asleep easily, like you.
Yeah.
And their toddler went through their bag.
Like the sound.
And they let their kid just walk around, going into each bathroom to mess around.
You might be onto something there. That sound is kind of cool.
It's a little loud for me.
A little bit loud, but I could see how a kid would be like, let's do that again.
Yeah.
You ever attempt to do something fairly wholesome and then it turned out not so awesome? I mean, I can use an example just from a couple days ago, trying to teach my daughter how to ski. And then I end up breaking my clavicle and I'm in a sling now. So that started as a wholesome attempt, but didn't end up that way. The reason we're talking about this, 600 acres burned over the weekend in Long Island.
Okay.
And it was started by a family attempting to make s'mores.
Wholesome.
So wholesome.
Who doesn't love a s'more? Honestly, that is a love language. When somebody makes you a s'more, because it is one of the most annoying jobs. It is.
And then the fire turned into something s'more than they ever expected.
Good one.
Thank you.
It reminds me of, oh my gosh, this is 2 days in a row I'm referencing Dennis the Menace.
That's probably enough of that then after today.
Remember when he was roasting a marshmallow and then it lights on fire, so he starts like flailing the stick instead of blowing it out, and the marshmallow goes flying and it lands on Mr. Wilson's head? And it's still on fire.
I wonder if that's how this fire started. Is somebody shaking a marshmallow that was in flames? Anyway, if you've got a story for us, we'd love to hear from you. Times you've attempted to do something wholesome and it backfired. Asking you if you've ever attempted to do something wholesome and had it backfire.
This text from Stephanie. I set up 2 friends on a blind date. They proceeded to date for a few months, and then they had this huge blow-up fight and roped me in as the middleman. I'm never playing Cupid ever again. It's so true. You kind of feel guilty.
Yeah.
When things start going well, or they start blaming you as if you were supposed to tell them about these red flags that you didn't know existed. Sorry that I've never dated this person. How am I supposed to know? Jeff texted in saying, whenever I open a door for someone and they don't say thank you.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Trent also hit us up. I held the door for a woman. She got angry with me and said she didn't need my help.
I will say it is frustrating when someone's trying to be, they're trying to be nice and they're holding the door for you, but you're like a little too far away. So then you have to start kind of jogging. No, I didn't want to do this.
That's true. That's true.
Just go inside. Yeah. I've got the door.
I'm more appreciative of it now with a sling.
Yeah.
Because doors are kind of tricky when you're on one wing.
Mm-hmm.
I was searching for other stories this morning on wholesome things that have gone wrong. This one, my wife donated a kidney to a stranger. All bills were supposed to be taken care of by the recipient. We've been told that their insurance didn't pay enough and a collection agency is after us for $10,000.
What?
This started 9 months ago.
Oh my gosh.
Add it to the list of reasons why we're cool being Canada and don't need to become the 51st state, because that story is without question from America.
It's whenever I watch TikToks of pregnant women in the States, I always find it fascinating when they start talking about the bills, like having a baby when you're in the hospital, the bill that you get after. I was like, whoa.
Meanwhile, we just get to waltz in, get her done. Wait times aren't great right now. I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but
yeah, you might have the baby in the parking lot, but still, someone will come out, right?
Yeah.
And help at some point.
Probably.
Maybe.
So I snapped my clavicle. I am in a sling. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's embarrassing. I was trying to look cool and do a box jump to Ski Hill while teaching my daughter how to ski.
We reached out to the ski hill asking for the CCTV footage. No response yet. But if we get our hands on it, you bet your bottom.
The thing is, I was
posting that.
going so slow.
Exactly.
Which was the problem, I think, for those box jumps. I don't know. I don't know how they work. I thought I could just pop up, touch one, and say that I've done it. Just ate it.
Yep.
And broken clavicle. Anyway, tell Jake Ryan about this.
Yeah.
And then he sends me an email.
Immediately after you tell the guy.
5 minutes later that says, "Here, I thought you'd like this."
Ryder broke his clavicle. He broke his collarbone. Tragical. Can't sweep the ice. He's out of the game. Ryder's clavicle to blame. Clavicle. He's slinging it up. It's comical. No curling for him. He's down for the count. His bones got him crying. Ow.
Thank you to Jake Ryan for putting together that beautiful track.
He was probably so excited to make this. I bet as soon as he walked away, he was already just singing that to himself. And he's like, you know what would be good? If I go into the recording studio and actually lay down this track.
This might make him feel better.
Can we listen to it just a little? I like this part. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ryder broke his clavicle. He broke his collarbone. Tragical.
I don't think tragical's a word.
No.
If anybody does suffer a significant injury and want to feel better about it, feel free to get at us and we'll get Jake Ryan making you a song. No.
There you go.
5 simple words, $1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Summer, Texter 107, ready to win $1,000 on your Thursday.
I sure am.
All right, perfect.
Stephanie showed us that it is in fact doable on Tuesday this week, winning $1,000.
So best of luck. You're going to choose a teammate. They will leave the studio. The other host will give you 5 words with a 25-second timer. Tell them the first word that comes to mind for each. For every word that matches with yours, it's $25. If all 5 match, it's $1,000. So Summer, who is your teammate?
I'm going to pick you, Lisa.
All right.
This is great news this week because it's uncomfortable getting in and out of this chair, so thank you.
I'm giving away $1,000.
And she's giving away $1,000. Well, it might have been my words that helped with that. All right, Summer, I got some good words for you. I'm going to start your timer after I give you the first one, okay?
Okay.
Let's get her going. The first word is smart.
Brains.
Teeth.
Brush.
Elope.
Married.
Drain.
Water.
Tesla.
Car.
All right. A lot of words that you could have went with for that last one. We'll take car. Let's get Lisa back in here. Give away some money.
Come on, Lisa.
Here she is, just putting her headphones on.
Hello.
Summer did great.
Okay, perfect.
What is the first word that comes to mind when I say elope?
Married. $25. Nice.
Drain.
Sink.
Oh.
No! What's the word?
Water.
I'm mad. Okay, we're not done. We could still win more money.
Teeth.
Mouth.
She went with brush. Smart.
Those are not bad answers. That's what's so frustrating. Smart. Brain.
Yeah.
Yes!
Nice one.
$50. One more to go. Let's get to 75.
Tesla.
Car.
Yeah. All right, $75.
Awesome.
Good game, guys.
Thank you, Summer. Have a great day.
Thank you, Lisa.
I feel bad for you with your broken clavicle. You're in a sling, but I have a suggestion for you because I know you're trying to get back into the groove of working out on a regular basis. Why don't you?
That won't happen anytime soon, but
I think it can. Why don't you look up some old Sit and Be Fit workout videos from the 90s?
I do not remember those.
What? You don't remember the woman who sat in a chair and showed you how you could still exercise by
Just moving
sitting?
your legs around?
Well, she had little tiny weights.
Okay.
But I feel like you would
Yeah, it's
thrive with sit. Does nobody else remember Sit and Be Fit? Come on.
What was it, like a compilation of different exercises on VHS?
It was a TV show.
Okay.
And it was a woman showing exercises for people who were injured or elderly.
So it had numerous episodes, or was it just one infomercial that you remember?
Not an infomercial. It was a show. It was a 30-minute show.
Sounds like the most boring show.
It was. Sometimes it would come on by accident, and I would watch it and go, what is this? Who's doing these exercises?
I mean, I get that there's clientele that may enjoy it. It just feels like a weird thing to throw on TV on a regular basis.
Okay, it's so fun reading the text line. Isn't it fun to be reminded of things that unlock a memory? We have the Nostalgia Off coming up next on the show, where Ryder and I both brainstorm lists, things, memories that bring you back to simpler times. You vote on whose list is better. Everyone that votes is qualified to pick up a gift card to Sweet Convenience, Edmonton's favorite candy store. Stick around. It's nice to see a lot of you remember the show Sit and Be Fit. It's from the 80s, and I just Googled her. She is goals. Like, those legs, I need to start doing these routines. Sit and Be Fit.
I'm surprised I didn't recognize her as that. I Google that kind of thing quite a bit.
Okay. It's because you only had 2 channels growing up, though, right? So you weren't aware of Sit and Be Fit, I guess.
Yeah, unless that one slipped on to CBC, no chance for me. All right, we ready for this?
Yep.
It's Linky, it's Link.
And what you gonna do when the Hulkster and his Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
Yeah, I killed me. Ryder and Lisa's Nostalgia Off.
Brought to you by Sweet Convenience.
Only on Play 107.
We both have audio drops for this round, and so things are getting heated, very competitive. All you have to do is vote for whose list brings you back more. And everyone that votes is qualified to win a gift card to Sweet Convenience. Do you want to kick things off?
No problem.
Are we going to end both of us with our audio drops?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Self-serve pop machine, 1 swamp water, please.
Waiting to get back into the school after minus 20 degree Celsius recess. Can you unlock the door, please?
Sam the Record Man.
Putting on someone else's shoes that are way too big for you to go out and help your mom bring in the groceries.
That one summer, we all decided, let's drink Bud Light Lime. Everyone.
And we all got heartburn.
For sure we did.
The one teacher who didn't care about anything. So that entire hour was just playing Tetris on a computer.
My last one is this public service announcement.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face. Though it might look good to eat. Though it might look good to eat. And it might look good to taste. And it might look good to taste. You could get sick. Ick. Real quick. Ick. Real sick. Real ick. Don't Don't you put it in your mouth.
And don't you put it in your mouth.
That's good, and I think it's going to get you some votes, but I'm coming through with something emotional. And with a full moon just around the corner,
All right, let's see.
who else remembers the moment that Shadow comes up over the hill at the end of Homeward Bound?
Peter.
Shadow!
Oh, Peter. I worried about you so.
Oh my gosh, his lip! He's lipping!
Peter.
Okay. I mean, they can't see it. Did you forget we're on the radio? His lip! I may have came across one of the funniest things I've ever seen on the internet. As far as like making me laugh really hard immediately,
Yeah.
this was it.
When you read it to me, I also laughed out loud. It's so good.
Somebody asked on Twitter, what's the funniest ick you've ever gotten? The funniest ick you've ever gotten.
Funniest ick. Okay.
And Grace responded with, I saw someone say that she got the ick after her date tried to scare away a pigeon and the pigeon didn't move. Like, the thing is,
Oh, it's so embarrassing,
a
too.
lot of icks can feel pretty shallow. You know, it's just something you're like, I just don't like that. I mean, there are legit icks, like if they're rude to a server. That's an ick. It's a red flag. I'm out.
That's gross. Whereas you watch that show on Netflix that everyone loves, and it got renewed for season 2, Nobody Wants This, with Kristen Bell and
Right.
Adam Brody. And there's a scene where Adam Brody.
Brody, yep.
He's wearing a suit jacket, and she gets the ick.
So there are ones that are super shallow, but you just can't
so
help it.
funny.
It's an immediate reaction you have to something.
You can't help it. And what that person is doing in that moment is not meant to be icky. They are just being their vulnerable self.
Oh, exactly. One of the ones that I notice that I have is when people clap when they laugh. Like if they're laughing so hard and they start clapping.
You don't like that?
They just don't know what to do with their body. I think it's cute, but it does give me the ick a little bit.
Okay, good to know.
You have one that...
What do I do?
No. Sorry, you have an...
I was ready to get so defensive there.
Oh, I could come up with a list. Anyway, you have a bunch of different icks, one of which really bothers me because I'm a big blankie guy.
I don't like a full-grown man using a blankie. I'm sorry.
I have 11 blankets on my couch, and I grab whichever one I'm feeling in the moment. I keep my temp low in the house. I blankie up. Even when company's there, I'll rock a blankie. What's the problem? It's not like I suck on anything. I need a blankie, like a little baby.
Well, the vibes are
I just
sucky blankie.
sometimes tuck it in on by the sides of my legs. And
your feet are sticking out the end of it.
Sometimes.
Ick. What's this list you could compile about me? Are you specifically talking about the other day when I had food in my teeth and I was talking to someone for like 20 minutes and you didn't tell me till after? That's your fault.
I couldn't interrupt.
You should have. You should have said, hey, idiot.
Hey, green tooth.
Hey, at least I eat my greens.
Hey, Caesar salad mouth.
No.
You want to get that romaine out
Stop.
of your...
Don't come and say that it was Caesar salad because that's not actually a healthy salad. So now you're gaslighting. I ate a healthy, it was spinach.
No, it was not spinach. Shallow icks. The ones that you just can't help yourself. You know it's not justified necessarily, but it just throws you off a little. This after I read the funniest thing online. Someone got the ick after her date tried to scare away a pigeon and the pigeon didn't move. It's just the best visual.
I'm still wondering what your list of icks that I do are.
Okay. When you burp like a long haul trucker and you act like you just did it.
I feel like I don't know I do it.
Yeah, like I've seen you do it in front of company.
It's called the Evans Belch. My sisters and I, we all three of us do it.
Sweet name. That's the best you guys could come up with.
Well, I mean, it's not a thing.
And we call it.
don't.
Get this. We call it the Evans because that's our last name. The Evans Belch. Okay. Crafty.
Stop.
Anyway, that is an ick. When you burp and act like you didn't just.
But I'm a belcher, not a farter.
Okay, we can get into that too if you'd
Stop.
like. Well, exactly.
Tara wrote in saying I broke up with a guy because his nipples were huge. Like pointer fingers. You can hang a towel on them. I'm sorry. Brandy wrote in, I can't do dirty fingernails. You guys rock. Have a great day. No, you rock, Brandy. We agree. Dirty fingernail. When you hear someone use the bathroom and they open the door immediately after, you didn't wash your hands.
That's a
That
good
is
one,
icky.
though. I don't think that's shallow. That's a reasonable ick.
Okay.
We're really looking for the ones that are nonsense. When somebody ties their shoes too tight, that's a good one. This is fun.
Oh my gosh.
Keep them rolling in. Okay, let's get into this.
Play mornings with Ryder and Lisa.
Throwdown. Brought to you by the Millcraft Bar and Kitchen.
Courtney wrote in saying, Lisa having a family name for her burp just gave me the ick.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Especially when it was such a cool name.
Oh my gosh.
You know what we call it? Okay. What are you going with today?
I don't remember. I chose this song hours ago. What did I go? Oh, our theme today is the fact that the weather is crap. It's snowing out, so I'm going with Snow Patrol. We all know and love this song. It's so good.
If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Heck yeah.
Not a bad
So
pick
good.
at all. All right. Okay, so we're just doing looking outside as a theme? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so I'm going Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
Come on. It's been a while since we played Snow Patrol, and everybody loves this song. It reminds you of a specific time in your life when someone broke your heart and you'd listen to this on a burnt CD on repeat. It's true.
What do I love more than anything else?
Crying in the shower, fried chicken, specifically the skin, and then you just leave the meat. What else do you like? Women that smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day and wear really heavy eyeliner.
Okay, the only one of those that's true is the last one.
Okay.
I don't cry in the shower and I eat all of my chicken. Thank you very much. No, mashups that have no business being together.
Oh, right.
There's a YouTube page, There I Ruined It, and I just love it. He released a new track combining all the small things from Blink-182 with Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On.
That can't work.
It works a little bit too well. It's kind of scary. And listen to the lyrics at the end, okay?
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Never mind, Jack, I'm letting you go.
Pretty good, right?
It's a little lame.
Come on. People are into some weird things.
Totally. I mean, you see some fetishes.
Yeah.
Like, you were showing me somebody's account that actually popped up on your timeline, oddly. And it was a woman with really big feet. And she has a following of men that just comment saying, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I love your feet."
Love them skis.
Why did that pop up on your timeline, though? The algorithm knows its audience.
I don't particularly like big feet.
Okay.
So I don't know why it popped up.
Strange.
But it did. Maybe my age range.
It's like maybe this guy would be into it. Maybe he'll learn something about himself today.
I just read that sexy cleaners are getting more popular now that people are working from home. They're willing to pay extra to have a good-looking, maybe even a nude cleaner in their house.
That's a thing, hey?
Yeah, nude maids. I just looked it up here, so I'm probably going to get in trouble once the management sees what I've been Googling.
I wouldn't want anyone to see me at certain angles cleaning.
Yeah, you put yourself in some interesting positions, right? When you're like scrubbing the bottom of the shower.
Yeah.
But I guess...
If you're into that, but also get back to work. Like, your office isn't in this bathroom.
Right.
I guess, unless you were one of those people that have, you know how directors, when they're on set, they have their laptop, but it's strapped around their neck. They're just following the cleaner around the house while responding to emails.
That's what I'm wondering. You pay this much to have a nude cleaner in your house. Is it one of those things where you pretend that you don't notice?
No.
So do you actually just walk around and watch them clean? That's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
You have those strap-on laptop holders. I wanted to share this wonderful text we just got from Andrea. She said, I've said it before, but I feel like I need to say it again. I don't think you guys realize how much of an impact you have on your listeners. Whenever I'm having a terrible day, I put you on either the radio or your podcast after, and I feel instantly better. I love you guys. You're such a joy to listen to. Andrea, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I think actually she just meant to send that to me.
No.
But we only have one text line, right? So we share it. But I feel like that was just
She said, you guys.
Yeah. We know who it was really for.
Go home.
The look on your face. Thank you, Andrea.
Yes.
As much as we make your day occasionally, just know that you made mine as well. And Lisa thinks that was for her too. So you're listening for a code word. If you hear it, text it in, and you can be on the standby list for Playdays. Brought to you by River Cree Resort and Casino. Over $7,000 travel package that you can spend wherever you want. How about that?
How about that? Just be listening. Text in the word.
How much money did you used to spend on a night out to the bar, like in your Bar Star era, 18 to 21-year-old?
$40. That's including a $5 cab ride that we'd all put $5 in to get downtown.
Okay, so from St. Albert to downtown would be $5.
$5 each.
Way home, $5.
Way home, $5. That's 10. And then drinks we would go out when there were drinks on for like $2. Mm-hmm. We would usually not wear a jacket, so that saved us a toonie on coat check. So we were killing it.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I used to go out with $20 and it would get me 2 pitchers of whatever we were drinking.
Don't forget the McDonald's on the way home when it was decently priced as well, right?
I'd have to borrow money from a buddy for that usually. But
yeah.
Now, last weekend I went out, and every time I took a step, it felt like I was spending $100 on something else.
Yeah.
It's insane. When you look at just
you have to accept it.
How cheap it used to be.
If you're going out, you got to be like, all right, I think this might be a $200 night.
If you were making minimum wage, you could go out with 2-3 hours of pay and have a pretty good time. Now, if you're working minimum wage, you cannot go out and have a great night with that. It's gotten completely out of hand. I miss the $10 pitchers.
I miss the pay with a silver coin. That's all we want. Doesn't matter what one it is.
Yeah, a few places had that back in the day.
If you were to tell that to a kid now,
you'd get a small cup of beer.
They'd be like, what's a silver coin? Do they take tap?
That's a wrap on this episode of the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Thanks for being a part of the Ryder and Lisa community. If you liked hanging out with us, don't forget to subscribe and share the laughs with your friends.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.